Central America. Just look at those beautiful countries lined up perfectly for me to cycle through. In 2022, I set off from the Arctic Ocean in Alaska with the aim of cycling all the way to Ushuaia, Argentina. And in this video, I find myself 15,000 kilometers into that journey, entering Guatemala and heading south. I was extremely excited to see some of the sights in Central America that I'd been hearing about from friends who were ahead of me. But it wasn't all looking great though, with the weather, some of my gear, and a bit of travel anxiety and fatigue all coming into play. It's been a while since I posted my Alaska to Argentina series, but welcome to episode 18.
Welcome to Guatemala. So we are in the east of the country. I arrived into Puerto Barrios yesterday and we are heading west, trying to get over to a place called Lake Acatenango. Just rolling hills at the moment, which I haven't had in a while, and mountains like this, again, haven't seen in a while. So change your scenery, change your pace. I'd forgotten what it's like to ride mountains. It's like this. So we're gonna see what we can do. I'm not sure what that will be. We are going up and coming down at a rate of knots. The worst part is when you don't know how steep the climb is gonna be, but then you can hear the trucks clutch braking. Feels like it's just above your head and you're like, okay, this is gonna be a steep section. Same again today. Spend the whole morning cycling up, descend down there. The afternoon is going to be climbing up again. Climb, 40-minute descent, and then you do it all over again. The noise in the rainforest, absolutely deafening. So we are in Acatenango and we're about to head through the biggest market in Guatemala and the most famous apparently.
Despite loving the people and the cultural side of Guatemala, I was still feeling a bit nervous due to some friends ahead of me being robbed at gunpoint on their bikes. It's why I'd been a bit nervous about camping, but felt a huge relief when I finally did.
Come Guatemala. The sun setting, just see the sun through the trees. The minute I made the decision to camp, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Although everybody has been super friendly, there was still a bit of me that was a little bit scared, just from the stories I've heard. And I don't think it is this area. Everybody's told me where I've been cycling that it's safe, but the niggle is still there. But the minute I put the tent down and sat back and, oh man, I just love the nature. And I'm glad to be camping again. I am absolutely gutted. The visibility does not do this view justice. And then over there should be volcanoes, but you can't see a thing.
After relaxing in Lake Acatenango for a few days, I decided to take a slight detour to a village called La Soledad. From here you could do a world-famous hike up Acatenango, a dormant volcano that overlooks Volcan de Fuego, which is very active and erupts almost every 15 minutes.
Well, we are exhausted. Almost at the top of this climb at La Soledad. It is tough working, but we've got a work cut out for us when we get to the top. I need to find somewhere to camp and then also see if I can leave my bike there tomorrow.
After arriving into the village and finding all of those things, I woke up early the next morning ready to start my hiking side quest.
Let's go climb a mountain. We are ready. We are climbing. It's a steep path. Very steep. So yeah, my bike is at a parkeo, locked up. Rented this backpack. I'm gonna take it easy to the top, set up camp, and then just relax. And that is where we're heading. I have a friend. How you doing, Mama? It is hot. I am sopping wet.
The hike up to the top was absolutely stunning, and you could hear Volcan de Fuego's small eruptions constantly in the background.
I'm in the middle of a cloud. Really hoping when I get up there it's not like this. And a hell of a detour, just be clouds.
I set up camp in the middle of the clouds and waited for them to clear to see if I could get my first view of what I'd come to see.
So we are up at 3,800 meters. Got to the base camp here. Yeah, it was super cloudy at the start, you couldn't see a thing. Made some friends up here. We just sat there for hours waiting for it to clear, and then we've had a few hours of absolute bliss with eruptions every 5 to 10 minutes. Just beautiful. Now the cloud coverage is coming in. I think I'm going to go have some dinner and then we'll film some more. It's serene up here though, absolutely beautiful. Just crazy. Just crazy.
After having some dinner and heading off to bed early, I woke up multiple times in the night to see a perfect view of the routine eruptions from my tent. And then at 3 AM, I began the hike up to the top of Acatenango to see if the views could get even better. They did, but it was incredibly windy at the top. After a short hike around the top of Acatenango, I found a spot out of the wind facing Volcan de Fuego and got nestled in.
It's currently 4:30 AM. We're at the top of Acatenango, just taking in this. With this lighting, it's just incredible. Look at this.
After a few hours in this otherworldly experience, I packed up camp and started the hike back down.
Now we're dropping down. That's the end of that. An hour and a half down, knees are destroyed, dripping with sweat. Now to cycle into Antigua.
After 3 days off the bike in Antigua, taking in the sights and recovering from the damage the hike had done to my legs, I set off towards El Salvador, leaving Guatemala a few days later.
So we are in El Salvador, heading down towards the coast of El Salvador. There are a ton of trucks. So far all I've seen of El Salvador is happy people. Everybody's smiling and waving, but also traffic on the road is like horrendous. Whenever there's a junction, the lorries just pile back. So that's all I've seen so far. to the camp spot for today. We are in a place called Ushuaia, towards the west of El Salvador now. We're camping at a bomberos. It's a fire station. We're gonna set up camp and then you're gonna love where I'm gonna have a shower. Need to show you guys this. So there is camp. What are we getting ready for? Shower time. This is it. This is the back of a fire water holder here. Apparently we turn this thing a little bit, just a touch, and pull this. There is our shower. Water's not very cold. That was a very good shower.
Despite still finding enjoyment on the roads, like the bevy of mangoes which were everywhere, I was struggling a lot with knee pain, and I just wasn't really enjoying the riding. I found myself wanting to push through these beautiful places, and I just didn't know why.
So you wave goodbye to El Salvador, and we say hello to Honduras. Big apologies to El Salvador, in that I wasn't in the right headspace really, I don't think, to enjoy it properly. Love the mangoes, the people were super friendly, and was introduced to pupusas, which were awesome. But yeah, just under 3 days, and knee playing up and stuff, just wasn't in the best mood. So apologies to El Salvador. On to Honduras, where we will be for even less than that, 2 days.
Good morning. I'm not sure if you can hear the cacophony of noises, but it is quite hard in Central America between the intense heat and the tropical noises. Birds, chickens everywhere to stay asleep. So I was awake at about 4:30, and this is where camp was, inside of the Bomberos. Anyway, gonna pack up now, probably head over to Nicaragua, I think.
After passing through Honduras in less than 24 hours, I'd arrived in Nicaragua. And with almost 1,000 kilometers of straight highway riding, I decided it was time to explore some off-road sections.
This is apparently the way. We'll see how it goes. Whew. We're through. Hopefully that's the worst of it. Cycled up for a view of this crater lake. Absolutely stunning.
With some time off the bike in Leon, Granada, I knew something was off with me. I wasn't enjoying the cycling as much anymore, or even my time off the bike in the cities. I decided to slow down and head to an island in Lago Coquibolca. It was called Ometepe.
I am a bit down today. Bit of a coincidence that after I left my bike for the Volcan de Fuego hike, that a few small expensive things are no longer on my bike. I think they were stolen, but it is what it is. Whoever took them, they need them more than I do. So what I am happy about is that we're going to Ometepe Island today. So since Antigua, I've just been hammering to get south. Ometepe is going to be a little side trip. It's 2 or 3 days off the Pan American Highway. It is 2 volcanoes that have formed an island in the middle of a lake. So I'm looking forward to getting the ferry over today. This place is absolutely stunning. It is about 9, which is the latest. I haven't even packed up the camp yet, just because it's so relaxing. It's been really nice. It's island life, so it is very, very relaxed. All here for it at the moment. This place has been beautiful. I didn't think I would get sucked into the relaxing atmosphere as much as I have. Been here 24 hours. Yeah, I don't want to go. The swimming and the sunset, the volcano in the background there, have been wonderful.
That was a horrendous night's sleep. A horrendous wind. A whole lot. The tent pretty much hid in my face. And now it's 5:30 and we gotta go catch the ferry. Oh, I'm gonna be tired. Right, let's go.
We're off Ometepe Island, back on the Pan American Highway. The wind is just as crazy as it was last night. It's crosswindy, headwindy, large gusts, and limited shoulder to ride in. Bit of a mental battle at the moment. This is the end of Nicaragua. We've crossed the border, had a little snack, and of course, Costa Rican flag is on board. Ready to go? Just so that people know how crazy these queues are. That's the last truck. I'm 8 kilometers into Costa Rica. 8 kilometers. It's mental. Today has been constant rolling hills, full on headwind, and boiling hot. Trucks flying past me, no hot shoulder. It's been a tough one. But there's a rumor I'm gonna be on a Palm Beach camping. Let's go find out. Well, palm trees as promised, and the sea. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to take a dive in there because it looks pretty bloody frisky. Nobody else is swimming, so I'll take that as a sign. Let's get going. God, I'm knackered.
After a stunning night's sleep at this awesome camp spot, I woke up the next morning reinvigorated.
What a beautiful morning! Sound of waves crashing all through the night. There was a beautiful breeze through the tent. So it was a nice, comfortable night, and this place is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. We are heading towards a place called Quepos and Manuel Antonio Park today. So I've got 2 nights in a hostel. I'm looking forward to a bed. And tomorrow we're going to go explore Manuel Antonio National Park. Heard there's some scarlet macaws there. Would love to see a sloth and the monkeys as well. What a sight to see. 4 scarlet macaws just casually on the side of the highway. 5 of the buggers. That's amazing. So people go trudging around National Park to see if they can find these. People went on tours in Belize to find them and didn't find them. And there they are, just hanging around.
I arrived into Quepos and the following day headed to the world famous Manuel Antonio National Park with some friends I'd made at the hostel. The park is located on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica and has one of the most biodiverse animal populations in the world. At the last minute, our group decided to hire a tour guide, which I would highly recommend as it's incredibly difficult to see all the park has to offer without expert knowledge and a pair of binoculars. After my German friends found a guide, we headed into the park and began exploring. Monkeys were in abundance, as well as tree frogs and other reptiles. Crabs are crawling along the floor throughout the park as well, but the birds that our tour guide managed to show us really were breathtaking. These would be almost impossible to spot without the guide, especially this baby common patoo, which was learning to fly. They use their feathers to camouflage against trees. We even saw a few sloths, which ticked off a life goal of mine, but these squirrel monkeys may take the cutest animal award. After the tour ended, we hiked around a bit before heading down to see some of the stunning beaches. Although just because you're on the beach does not mean the animal tour is over. Huge iguanas basking in the sun and skimming the sand for insects clamber by you, and as you find shade under trees, leaves will still fall down on you as capuchins climb above. As I went for a dip in the sea, I realised this place had become one of the favourite national parks I'd ever been to.
Go for a quick swim. Beautiful here. Doesn't cool you down much
The following day I cycled over to another park, which could also be added to this list.
We're in Ballena National Park. We're heading over to the whale tail. You can only see it at low tide, so I'm in a bit of a rush. So we're at the end of the whale tail. The national parks here incorporate the sea, so they make sure that all of the wildlife along the shoreline is protected as well. I think that's what Costa Rica is about. That's what I'm certainly finding. It seems to be about the nature here. The cultural side of Costa Rica might not be as strong as, say, Guatemala, Mexico, but the nature, they smash that out the park. I won't be in Costa Rica for long, but the national parks I've seen and the time I've spent here has been absolutely beautiful. Right, time to get out of here before the waves close in. Let's run back.
After exploring 2 incredible national parks though, and thinking Costa Rica was just all about the nature, I was chucked back into the world of human kindness with this amazing family that wanted to take me out for breakfast.
I made a friend at the hostel, the receptionist, a man named Junior. His son is a big fan of cycling, has been since he was 1 apparently. We bite down and they asked me if I wanted to go for breakfast today, so they brought me to their favourite place, which apparently does huge empanadas. So they're cooking them up in the kitchen at the moment.
Aquí estamos en la soda, aquí con mi papá y el aventurero vikingo, aquí comiéndose una buena empanada y mi mamá y yo estamos aquí, solo bueno.
So we finished breakfast at Soda Marlin. The food was amazing and now we're ready to get onto the road. Adiós, hasta luego, gracias para todo. Cabeza pequeña. Cabeza grande, cabeza pequeño. Adiós. Well, I'm approaching the final border of North America, entering into Panama. This feels like we're on the Pan American highway proper now. 2 lanes of traffic, huge trucks everywhere. It's the final stretch. Let's go.
As I made my way into Panama, the weather became my biggest obstacle.
It's been thundering now for about half an hour. I don't know if it's going to break. Hopefully those clouds don't explode. Never had thunder and lightning like that. Like, it was super loud, super bright flashes as the sun was setting, and it didn't rain. Every time the thunder would make a huge crescendo and crash, there'd be a pause for like 5 seconds, and then you'd hear this. I was like, what is that? Is it dogs? And then I realized it's howler monkeys. So when howler monkeys think something is invading their space, they respond and make loud noises. And I realized that in the shower, and I was laughing to myself. Thought it was funny. Pulled into this bus stop just to get a bit of shelter from the rain. Our choice.
There were some times though where the rain was a welcome distraction from the heat.
The afternoon storm has broke. I'll tell you what though, the rain on my skin, oh, it's beautiful. What's the temperature? 24! Ah, 24 is glorious. 41. Never felt this way. Can't cool down. Run out of water. I'm shaking a bit. It's almost 5 p.m. Still 36, 37 degrees. Weather is insane at the moment. It is 40 degrees. The hills with no wind, it just feels like you're cooking. I think I've drunk 7 liters of fluids already and it's 11 a.m. Day of survival. I think this is the closest I've felt to getting a lift. Hard to grin and bare your teeth through your body feeling like it's cooking.
The windless 40+ degree days were grinding me down, especially as the highway offered zero shade from the sun. The only respite came from shade in sporadic bus stops every 30-40 kilometers, or the holy grail of an air-con petrol station. Panama felt like I was being slowly cooked, but nonetheless, excitement had started to build as I got closer to Panama City.
Welcome to my last camp spot of North America. Here we go, not a bad one. Down by the beach here in Panama, and we've got just over 100k to do tomorrow to get into Panama City. And once I cross the canal, that's North America done. Can't believe I've almost done an entire continent on a bike. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna go have a dip in the sea whilst it's still light and then reminisce whilst I cook dinner.
The following day I pushed south, soaking in the final kilometers of the North American part of my adventure.
Right, we're about to cross the Puente de las Americas. This is the bridge, and then I've done North America. Let's go. South America!
I made my way through Panama City and checked into my hostel before the gravity of cycling an entire continent hit me.
So I made it over the bridge and I'm now in South America. I'm showered, I'm in the hostel, I have a friend. Weirdly emotional crossing the bridge, close to tears, cracking up a bit now. I hadn't thought about the impact of it. I realized for the first time how far I've come. So yeah, did get a little bit emotional, getting a bit emotional now, which is good, it means a lot. But I am going to celebrate tonight, I've decided, looking forward. This is congratulations to me, the biggest pizza I've ever seen. I'm gonna go in for a bite, right? Beautiful.
I spent a few days in Panama City preparing for the next leg of my adventure. I'd cycled over 18,000 kilometers all the way from the Arctic Ocean in Alaska to Panama City. I'd been through so much along the way. Intense moments, amazing experiences, and some just incredible people. But now, I was injured and exhausted. Wasn't sure what to do next. Join me in the next episode where I'll be making my way to Colombia and figuring out my plan of attack. And if you've enjoyed following this episode, please give the video a like, really helps the channel, and subscribe so you don't miss the next stage or my other videos. As always, I'll catch you in the next one.